Hi, it's early in the morning. I woke up at about 5:40 something in the morning, and I used the bathroom. This was like 2 hours ago. And I got energy drinks because I didn't have any caffeine left besides about maybe this much coffee that was left in a cup from yesterday. There's no more caffeine in the house. And I got all these energy drinks. And it's a new brand that I hadn't been aware of before. And they have all these cool new flavors. And I'm going to turn the light on so you can look at the flavors of the energy drinks. And it took about 2 hours. It was a little longer than normal delivery because they have to drive up the mountain road. And it's like, well, it's a 4-wheel drive preferred, whatever you want to call it, preferred. 4-wheel drive preferred on this road. And all-wheel drive is okay, but a regular 2-wheel drive car, some people don't like to drive on a 2-wheel drive car if it's raining or something, or nighttime. And it was raining at night, but not raining hard. It was just drizzling. And so I wrote the lady and said, well, I've driven up here plenty of times in a small little 2-wheel drive car on the road, but some people are afraid of it because it's like a mountain road, and some people get lost and they don't know where to go, and they have to go back down the mountain, and they don't like the road. But some people like the road, and it's not easy to drive. And so I didn't know if I'd get caffeine or not. And I didn't know if I'd have any caffeine this morning or what. And I'd have to just eat food instead and quit caffeine. But I was really trying to get back in shape after I had eaten a bunch of food. A little bit to fuel my muscle from the huge workouts I was doing and stuff. And so, I don't know. So here are I'll try not to burp on it. Ew, gross. I don't like those types of things. So here's the flavor I'm drinking now. Dream Float. Hey, Dream Float. Like you're floating, like you're not old anymore. You don't get the aches and pains. Oh, Dream Float. And here's Breezeberry. Let's try Dream Float. I'll tell you how it tastes. It has these little orange creamsicles on it. I don't know. Wow. That was really, really good. Here's another flavor. Hawaiian shaved ice. Hey, these are pretty good from Kroger. You can probably order them at Kroger. Look at this one, cool, Cosmic Stardust. I'm going to have this one next. Like Ziggy Stardust from Kiss. Cosmic Stardust flying into space with giant boots on. Kiss. I might have that one. And I got all these other flavors downstairs. Let's drink this special Dream Float one. Hey, Dream Float. Feels like I'm floating. I'm so light. Hey, it feels pretty good. My foot doesn't hurt anymore. It's me. After I did a bunch of huge workouts and then I eat food and then my dad's foot might not hurt at all. I don't know. Okay. I think his feet don't hurt. Cosmic Stardust. Wow, looks really good. I'm going to try that one next. Here, I'll show you. Dream Float. Tastes really good. But don't have too much of this because it's an energy drink and it's not that healthy, and it may have, well, it has no added sugar. It has 10 calories. Has some kind of sugar. Contains 200 milligrams of caffeine. It says 0 grams of sugar per can. Louisville, Kentucky. Hey, this is pretty good. Alani New. These are pretty good. Jeffrey Woo. Jeffrey Woo. Breezeberry. Look at the berries on it. Looks like it tastes really good. But this is not the same as healthy food. You know, healthy food, real blueberries and real healthy food instead of energy drinks. When people get big, they try to get skinny and lose weight, and they try to drink caffeine so they're skinny or something like that, or they have more energy. But the best energy is from real food and water, and healthy food and water and drinks and stuff. That's really the best energy. So this is for like grown-ups who get addicted to caffeine. They can't stop having it, and they think that they need it to have energy. It's not that great. It's better to quit it, but for now, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. For a grown-up who uses caffeine, this is pretty good. Cosmic Stardust, flying into space. Okay, but not for a child. But if Ayla was here, I'd let her have a tiny sip of it. A tiny sip, maybe. But she may not be allowed to have an energy drink, so I'd make her a special drink that's even better than all of these. I'd make it out of all kinds of really good, healthy energy, high energy foods and things and stuff. I'd make it from real blueberries, cosmic stardust blueberries from outer space of heaven, and the plants that grow from the earth of blueberries. I'd crunch some blueberries and make blueberry juice, and I'd put other kinds of juice in it, and it would taste really good, and put sparkling waters, and I'd make the best tasting, really good, healthy energy drink for Ayla if she was here. But instead, they took her to Texas. No. So, I'll try you the other drinks. Okay, there's a beast. Hopefully nobody came in the door after I got the energy drinks. Oh, a castle. I was thinking about a castle, and if you want to hear something really strange, I found some video of these people who went to Africa, and they went on a safari, so to speak, or somebody like Indiana Jones. And some of them may have been black too. And, they weren't just the really white people. One of them was from Australia, a white woman who is blonde. And they found a tribe of African people who had really big penises, really long penises, like 2 feet long. And there were about 5 of them. And they showed them, and the white lady said, no. The one from Australia, she had blonde hair, and she said, no. But I don't know if she did that on camera. She said, they thought it was funny. And then one of the guys in the safari was like a blonde guy. He was like, he walked right up to it, and he took pictures of it and stuff, and he like put his butt like right behind it, and he acted like he was like, yeah, he liked them. But he wasn't too gay about it, but he was like getting close to him and stuff. And then one of the skinny African people, they were skinny and small and like a little bit tall. And the one guy was taking pictures of him. and they had really long pieces that went down to here, and they put them in their pants, and they had no shirts on, and they tied a thing on them, and it went up to here, and they said, "We have a long penis. We are the tribes of long penis," and but it was real. It wasn't joking. It wasn't joking here. It's a real video. And I don't know if I can show some of the footage because I don't own the rights to it. I found it online somewhere, and it was an educational video. There's nothing sexual about it. There's no sex or anything like that. And the blonde woman said, no, no. She kept shaking her head no, and stuff. Not the kind of thing that she would get near with somebody like that. But it was more like a native peoples in the wild, not anything sexual about it, more of an artistic kind of thing. And then the one guy who was like a blonde guy that was like, he wasn't really gay, but he was like, he had a camera and he went, and like if the people were there with the big penises were there, he like intruded too far past the whole thing as if they were behind him, even though they're here with their penises in it. And took a picture of it, and then one of the African skinny guys, because he was getting too close to him, one of the African skinny guys took. He had a really long piece that had a thing tied to his body with it. He took a bow and arrow, and he went this, and he pointed it up at the sky and shot it into the sky. But he did it as a way to like make sure like don't get near me or don't get near me. And so then the other guy didn't get too close, but he kept taking pictures anyway of him and stuff. And then they didn't do anything. There was nothing sexual about it. There's nothing like that at all. And the nice blonde girl knew that, that's not something that she would, I don't know. And so then they left and they got back in their safari car. They had like one of those safari looking cars that they drive through Africa in, and they went home, and that was it. And they took pictures of them, and they did a documentary on them, and they filmed some video, and it was like from the 80s or before. I think the 80s. It looked like it was from the 80s. It could have been something like that. And, okay. And it was a really funny video. Okay. Is this filming? Yeah. Thank goodness it's filming. Here's the other energy drink things that they delivered this morning. I only got about $100 worth of groceries. And I got all these energy drinks and I got some healthy food. And the weirdest thing is that I didn't notice what I ordered or not besides the energy drinks. And I had tons of groceries on there, but I was running low on money or something. And I took a bunch of them off. I couldn't see which ones I got rid of or not, but there were groceries I had gotten before. So all I knew I was getting was these energy drinks. Here's a bunch of them. All different flavors in this one. That same brand. And here's one. And I had no idea what was going to be, what groceries were going to come here in the mail. Hey, this one's a cherry. This one, and lime. And I had no idea what groceries were going to get here besides the energy drinks. And I kept having to check and see if the lady got the energy drinks or not and put them in the cart. And if she was going to make it up here on the road, or I wouldn't have had caffeine this morning. And I would have had to like eat food and quit all. I would have had to drink water or have no food, or I didn't know what I would do, but I was hoping to get the energy drinks so I'd have caffeine or something like that. But I can make ale a super really good healthy drink that's better than any of these. That's made from real fruits and stuff. And then, the weirdest thing ever is, I'll just tell you, and you can think whatever you want of it, but I didn't know what groceries were going to come here, and a blonde girl delivered them. A blonde delivery girl. I saw the picture of her, and I saw her outside from the window getting out of the car when it was dark out there and starting to get a little light. And she put the groceries right outside. See, it's getting a little bit light out there. It's getting a little bit light. Hi. And so this is the weirdest thing. I didn't know what other vegetables or fruits or what, because I had all these healthy fruits and vegetables coming. I had all these healthy fruits and vegetables coming in the mail. I was going to put them in a pot. Yellow squash. I knew I had yellow squash, and I didn't know if I canceled it or what. And I was going to put it in here and make cabbage and really healthy vegetable soup. And I didn't get it and got caffeine instead to try to have like no calories to be skinny or something. Who knows why? You'd probably be skinnier without it, but once we start having caffeine, we get used to it, and I kind of like caffeine sometimes. It's okay, but I try to quit it. But anyway, this is the weirdest thing that happened to show up in the groceries after I had watched that video. When I was waiting for the lady, I watched that. I happened to find that video online with those 5 black tribesmen from Africa with the really long penises. And this is the weirdest thing that the blonde delivery girl driver brought to the house. Well, she brought the energy drinks. It was a miracle I got the energy drinks I was hoping to get to drink. And this is the weirdest thing. Look what else she brought of groceries that I hadn't canceled all the really healthy food that I got. And it happened to be in here this. Or God made this appear. You guys telling me not to think about that kind of thing of a woman being with a woman in that way, my wife or something, so I wouldn't think about those things. And I hadn't thought about any of those things. I hadn't thought about any of those things while I was waiting for the groceries this morning or anything like that. So, this is the weirdest thing. Look. This is so weird. Look what groceries I had no idea was going to be in the groceries. And look, after all those black African people in the video, in the educational video with black African people with long penises, look what groceries that lady happened to bring here that was left from all the tons of fruits and vegetables and stuff that I really tried to get, but it got caffeine instead. And I thought I quit all of them, but I didn't see which ones I quit or not. And look what the lady brought here. Vegetables. It looks like the giant African penises that aren't really as long. The ones in the video were like that long. The longest penises on earth. And these ones look like the African penises, but smaller. And she brought them here. And maybe somehow it would give somebody a special power if they ate the vegetables of it. If they ate the vegetables and make them like really super strong and powered by the African men who planted them and made them. And they said, look, they're like me. We are the tribe of big penis. We make good, healthy food for you. It doesn't hurt you. It's from outer space. It's good. No, don't do that, man. That ain't from outer space. Man, it might. No, don't do it. Don't do that. No, that's not for Ayla. Ayla, you don't eat these. You don't need these. We put these in the refrigerator somewhere. Ayla doesn't eat that. If Al was here, he'd cut off a tiny piece of it and he'd put it into the food that we all ate. And then it would have a special powers of the African tribes people, because he went to the Aborigine. He lived with Aborigine tribes. Al lived with Aborigine tribes. And this is for Jesus. This video is for Jesus. You know, nothing lustful, nothing bad or sexual about it, or it'd be ruined. You know, the white lady in the video said, no. You know, she would never do anything like that with them. She didn't want to get near them in that way. But she took pictures from many feet away from them, or 10 feet away from them. And she said, wow,
There are people on earth who have very long, you know what? But she wouldn't get close to them. She thought it was gross and disgusting. How terrible if one of them had done it. But they didn't do that. They laughed and laughed. That's how they are in nature. They walk around naked because they're tribes people. And they don't do anything gross. They just, don't get near me. That's how they do. And they're good. And they don't do anything bad. In Jesus' name, amen. Praise God. Praise Jesus.
And here are the pictures of the nice, good lady who didn't do anything bad from the video of the African people. They filmed a famous documentary that I talked about in this video, and it may have hundreds of millions. It may have had billions of views. It was kind of famous.